गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स। आज हम सेल्सफोर्स में सैंडबॉक्स इन्वायरमेंट के कुछ इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन देखते हैं जो कि इंटरव्यू के लिए फायदेमंद है। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। व्हाट इज अ सैंडबॉक्स इन ओआरजी? सैंडबॉक्स इज अ कॉपी ऑफ द प्रोडक्शंस environment org used to for testing and development purpose. It is a useful because it allow to development and apex programming without disturbing the production's environment. When can you use to it? You can use to when you want to text newly develop host.com's application or the visual force page. You can develop and test it in the sandbox org instead of the doing it directly its productions. This way you can develop the application without any hassle and then aggregate the metadata and data if applicable to the productions environment. Doing this in the non-production environment allow to developers to freely test and experiment in application end to end. Next, key terms. These key terms will help you the overall understanding of Salesforce Sandbox. Metadata is your the Salesforce configuration data such as a feeds, layout, profiles, and automations. Data storage relates to how much space there is a for Salesforce record. File storage define how many files, document, image can be stored. Next, sandbox type related to the different sandbox option which have a different data store and refresh interval. Refresh interval define how often you can the update and sandbox from the productions. Next, sandbox template define what Salesforce records are the copy into the new sandbox. What is the refreshing of sandbox and how to do it? In order to update the sandbox with the data in the productions, refresh is done and the refreshing in the sandbox delete the provides copy and update sandbox with copy of the productions. To refresh sandbox, login into salesforce.com with production ID and the password. Go to the setup, company name, administrative tools, data management, and sandbox. Click the refresh link next to the sandbox. Note: make sure you have a copy of it is a before you are the refresh sandbox. Next question: what is the sandbox? To make any changes for the exiting application, we should copy all the content of the production into the sandbox. Make all the changes after that is text. So after that is move this those change into the productions. To create the sandbox, if in production we can find one link called sandbox. By the clicking on that link we can create the sandbox by the choosing type of the sandbox. Next questions: what is the sandbox URL? Text.salesforce.com. Next questions: what are the type of sandbox? Type of sandbox are developer, developer pro, partial, copy, and full. Next question: what is the Salesforce? The Salesforce is a company founded by the Mark Binoff of the revenue of the company come from cloud-based CRM tools, also refer as a Salesforce CRM. Next question: what is a sandbox? Sandbox is a copy production database before the making any the change into the production. The change are the first tested in sandbox, and if the test case are the successful, then we deploy this new the change in the productions. Next question: what are the different type of the sandbox? Developer sandbox, developer pro sandbox, petrol data sandbox, full copy sandbox. Next question: what is a full copy sandbox? Full copy sandbox is exact replica of the production. You can the copy configuration as well as the real time the data from the production. Refresh the time the interval for the full copy the sandbox in 29 days. Next questions: what is the difference between the is blank and is null? Is null work only of number data type of the fields when you there no value provided provided for the of number fields, it is a returns true. Is null, I want to support text data type of the fields, and because the text field cannot never be null, is blank support the numeric as well as the text data type. What is the architecture of the Salesforce? Salesforce follow the MVC model, the view and the controller architecture view, the stand of the interface, app, tab, page layout, feeds, and the records type. Controllers stand for the business logic, save, edit, new, cancel, delete, what action or the logic to the perform the click of the buttons is the provided the controllers model. It is a database which stores schema, metadata, data about the data, app, tab, object, feeds, Apex classes, Visual Force page, and scan the records. Next question. What is the difference between the 15 digit and 18 digits in Salesforce? Every record in the Salesforce has a unique identifier. Also, the call has a ID. You can the check records ID in the URL bar of that is a particular records. This is the 15 days and unique is inside ID. First three the charters represent this object. So the records which belong to the same object will be how to first three digits same. But if the users access the exiting records throughout the API either from the query tools and program, it will be written in 18 digit ID, which is the case incentive. Last three digit of the 18 digit represent that is a check sum of the capitalization of the 15-day ID. Next question, what is the out of the box functionality? The functionality that is a come with standard Salesforce without the writing to code in call as a out of box functionality. Next question, what are the governor limits? Since Salesforce work in the multi-talent environment, there are some limit we need to follow, which are the also follow as the governor limits. Number of the fields per project 500, number of the master data relationship per object 2, maximum number of the lookup relationship object 25, maximum number of the roll up summary 25, how many external ads we can enable for the object, increased from the so 3 to 7 after 20 to 15 release. Next question, what is the production and what is the production URL? We should not be make any code change directly in production because users are using the applications from the productions environment. If you want to make code change directly to productions without doing the complete the testing, it might crash the production environment and into users will be get the affected production URL is the login the salesforce.com. Next questions, what are the activities in Salesforce? In order of the create the activity of object, we must check the for all of the activities check box. If allowed to activity checks of the check it in the check it, then the users can be added activity and activities history related list of the object layout. There are two type of the activity task. Task is nothing but no work is assigned to the particular the person. Event has a certain time limit. During the time, individuals should be assembled, and after the time limit is over, the event will get the complete. Next question, how to remove the tabs? Tabs name is divided from the plural label fields on the custom object in the order to the rename. Go to the corresponding object details page and rename the plural labels. Next question, so what are the different type of the available in the Salesforce? We have three different type of the tabs. Custom tabs created for object, web tabs in create to the display in the website, Visual Force tab in created to display in Visual Force page. Next question, it is possible to the delete a user in the Salesforce? No, we cannot delete a user's record in the Salesforce. We can only the deactivate the user's records. Next question, what is the the maximum batch size of the data loaders for 10,000 records and the maximum size 1 records. Next questions. So, scenario, there is a two workflow rules and some object any namely an workflow first and workflow second workflow fire the then is the fields will be the updated on of the sum object if the fields are updated the and do of the workflow criteria with the then what will happen workflow 2 will be a fire or not answer no I don't want fire to fire workflow 2 and we should be enables re-evaluate workflow rules and checkbox on of the workflow. Next questions. What are the different type of the report available in the Salesforce? Report available display record in the form of the tables. Summary reports summarize of the information based on the category fits. Matrix reports summarize of the information to the dimensions manner both of the rows and wise and the columns wise. Next, join the report. Summarize information in the different block of the same object and related object. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स अगर मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल आपको पसंद आता है तो मेरे चैनल को लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। मिलते हैं अगली वीडियो में। थैंक यू सो मच। बाय बाय। टेक केयर।